Hey guys, it's Marissa, and today's video is going to be some college life hacks for how to navigate and prepare from high school to college. And I love making these college life hacks types of videos. I think that they're so important, and I definitely wish I had had more of these videos to watch. So in high school, your teachers are a lot more like on your case about handing in assignments and like getting all your work done and stuff, but I feel like in college, it really is up to you to be a lot more like self-motivated and stuff. So one good tip that I find is to take photos of the notes on your phone. Usually teachers in college, because the group is so big and stuff and there's a lot to go over, they will usually do like PowerPoint slides, and oftentimes most of my teachers would go pretty fast, so I just did not have time to copy down each individual thing by hand. So I would just take photos of it, and then you can always like write it out by hand later to help yourself like memorize it and whatnot. But I think just take photos of it for the time being to just get all that info. So you want to think of the big picture and what you want to do after college, like beyond school. And one of the tips is to download the social media app called GoodWall. And one thing that's so great about GoodWall is that not only does it help you like, get in with college and find scholarships and all that, but it can also actually help you find like internships and jobs, which can be really difficult. You can do things like add an achievement, ask a question, post an idea or a movement, and really just connect with people from all over the world who are interested in the same things as you. And there's actually over 1 million members in over 150 countries. And they've also given over $1 million in scholarships and posted over 5 million opportunities. So if you are somebody that needs money for college, it's definitely a good thing to download. And my favorite thing about the jobs and internships on the app are a lot of them are remote. So even if you live in like a different country or you live super far away, you can't come in somewhere, you can still kind of make it work. And I think that that's what's so great about like being in 2020 is like you can do things remotely. So that's one thing I really liked about it. And it's just great to connect with students all over the world. I feel like especially transitioning from high school to college can be really scary, and it can seem really scary, especially if you don't know anyone or you don't have the same classes as people. It's not like in high school where it's like you kind of feel like you have the same classes as like so many people you know. So I feel like this is just one tool to kind of help make it a little less scary. And the challenges are also fun to do in this little tab that says awards and challenges. Like they have one that's a workout challenge right now. They have one that's like for climate change, etc. All sorts of little challenges that you can do every day. So I'm gonna link GoodWall for you down below. It's totally free. And I'm also going to be having a Q&A on the app Saturday, June 13th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so noon. So again, I'm going to link it down below for you guys to download. I have a channel on the app called Marissa Rachel Q&A, so just search for that under the messages tab. So in high school, I was on dance team, Shauna was on volleyball team. It's pretty easy to stay physically active in high school. There's all sorts of like requirements for you to take PE, but in college, I feel like my physical activity really just like stopped completely. So it's definitely a good idea to find ways to stay physically active. And there is definitely a reason why they call it the freshman 15. So just remember that and make sure you find some activities. And there's actually like a lot of things you can do. Like I know my college campus had this huge, like enormous, massive state-of-the-art gym. There was like a rock climbing wall. There was all this stuff. And I literally never used it. I used it like one time because I just wasn't familiar with that area of the campus. I felt very uncomfortable, like in unknown territory. So I feel like just familiarize yourself with the campus, get used to it. And I feel like it'll just be less scary. Like, I don't know, like I was scared to like sign in. I didn't know how to like, if I had to type in my student ID number or whatever, and I don't know, it was scary and intimidating. But I feel like the more you just make yourself comfortable with it and get used to it, then I feel like the better off you're gonna be. Because there were so many times where I just had 2-hour breaks where I could have easily gone and just like done a good workout, like went on an elliptical or something, studied while I'm working out, but I went to go get coffee and donuts instead. So this is just a good tip that I have. So you definitely want to, fulfill the requirements you need for your major, and you don't want to be taking unnecessary classes. And I feel like it's very confusing because the requirements are constantly changing. So I would suggest just starting with the general requirements, math, English, things that you need. And as for the other stuff, definitely keep in touch with your college counselors and just keep up to date with what classes you need, because literally the next semester you could need completely different classes. And they're always changing it. And I feel like there were so many times where I just had an outdated list of requirements, and it really kind of messed me up. So yeah, just make sure you know what the requirements are, what requirements you need for your major. But I would just recommend starting with the general ed stuff. So I feel like sometimes students just get so focused on the day-to-day college life with tests and projects and homework and all that stuff, studying, that they really kind of forget about the big picture, which is going beyond college, beyond for however many years you spend in college. So I would suggest looking into not just work, but things like internships and for your field, for things that you're interested in. And definitely look at internships early, because a lot of places sometimes don't even accept you if you're not a student. And oftentimes you can get extra credit and stuff for your college. So just make sure to do your research. Definitely hit up some internship places, try and get a cool internship. And yeah, think beyond just classes, because I feel like it can just be so easy to kind of be oh, I'm in college, I'm gonna be here forever, and then one day you're oh, I'm not in college anymore. So yeah, just make sure that you know that, you should have a plan after college. So I did several unpaid internships in college, as well as several paid jobs. And in addition to that, I was trying to balance YouTube with Shauna and stuff, and she would do all the editing and stuff like that too. So it was a lot to balance. And even though sometimes it was a struggle to balance those things, with all my sociology classes, I think at the end of the day, it was very valuable experience. And I think having your hand in a bunch of different pots and kettles, it's just a really good thing, because it's you're focusing on school. Obviously I had YouTube as well, and then jobs and internships and things like that. There's just a lot of different things that you're doing, and sometimes it can feel overwhelming, but I think it's just good because it's you're doing a lot and you're not just, doing nothing. So those were some college life hacks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much to GoodWall for sponsoring this video. And I will have it linked below for you guys. Make sure and join my Q&A tomorrow. And I love you guys, mwah, and I'll see you in my next video.